Top 10 countries that could collapse soon. Shocking predictions. Around the world, there are nations standing dangerously close to the edge, politically, economically, and socially. Some are drowning in debt, others are torn apart by war or corruption, and a few are facing a total breakdown of their systems. In today's video, we reveal the top 10 countries that could collapse soon, and trust me, some of them will shock you. Let's dive in before it's too late. 10. Lebanon. Lebanon has been in freefall for years. Once called the Paris of the Middle East, it is now crippled by one of the worst economic crises in modern history. The Lebanese pound has lost more than 90% of its value, unemployment has skyrocketed, and political deadlock has paralyzed the government. On top of that, shortages of food, electricity, and medicine are pushing people to the breaking point. A single spark, another explosion, another wave of protests could send Lebanon into total collapse. 9. Pakistan is trapped in a dangerous cycle. Political instability, massive debt, and devastating natural disasters. The country owes billions to international creditors. Its currency is weakening fast, and tensions with neighbouring India remain high. Add to that the recent catastrophic floods that displaced millions, and you have a nation stretched beyond its limits. Experts warn that without radical reform, Pakistan could face complete economic failure and possibly a military takeover. 8. Argentina is a textbook example of a country rich in resources but ruined by poor governance. Inflation here is among the highest in the world, sometimes exceeding triple digits annually. People's savings vanish overnight, and protests are a regular occurrence in Buenos Aires. With another debt crisis looming and trust in the government at rock bottom, Argentina's economic meltdown could spiral into social unrest and eventually political collapse. 7. Even a major European power like France is not immune. Over the past years, France has faced a wave of mass protests, from the Yellow Vest movement to pension reform strikes. Add to that the growing migration crisis, rising political polarization, and public anger over the cost of living. Some analysts fear France could see deep social fractures, leading to political instability that shakes the foundations of the Fifth Republic. 6. Ukraine has been fighting for survival since the start of the war. Entire cities lie in ruins, millions have fled abroad, and the economy is heavily dependent on international aid. Even if the war ends, the challenges of rebuilding, managing debt, and restoring political stability will be monumental. Without a clear path forward, the risk of long-term instability and even fragmentation remains dangerously high. 5. Russia is facing unprecedented international isolation. Harsh sanctions have cut it off from global markets, foreign investment is drying up, and inflation is climbing. While the government maintains tight control, economic pressure and domestic dissatisfaction are growing. Analysts say that in the long term, regional separatism combined with economic strain could threaten the country's unity. 4. Nigeria. Nigeria is Africa's largest economy, but it's plagued by corruption, terrorism, and deep inequality. The Boko Haram insurgency in the north and militant activity in the oil-rich south are tearing the country apart. With population growth outpacing job creation, social unrest could explode, and the government's grip on power is weakening. 3. Venezuela has already collapsed in many ways. The economy is in ruins, the currency is worthless, and millions have fled in search of survival. What remains is a fragile state held together by force. But history shows that such systems eventually crumble. When Venezuela finally breaks, it will happen fast. 2. China. It might sound impossible, but even China faces serious internal risks. The real estate crisis has left huge construction companies bankrupt, youth unemployment is rising, and the population is shrinking. Combined with an increasingly authoritarian government, these problems could trigger widespread unrest. And when a nation of 1.4 billion people faces instability, the impact will be global. 1. United States America is deeply divided. Political polarization is at historic highs, violence is increasing, and trust in institutions is collapsing. Some experts warn that the US could face a constitutional crisis or even a new civil conflict. While the country is still strong economically, social unity is eroding. The fall of the United States might seem unthinkable, but history is full of unthinkable events. This list is not a prophecy, it's a warning. Every one of these countries still has a chance to turn things around. But the clock is ticking. Which country do you think is most at risk? Let us know in the comments below.